Hey everybody, welcome to Retronauts episode 23. Sorry, that's Retronauts Live episode 23 because this is a live show with live callers, hopefully. And today's topic is B-list JRPGs. And let's introduce our crew. I'm Bob Mackey, you know me. I run Retronauts and features for OneUp.com. And to my right, we have...
Megan Sullivan, one of the database editors here at IGN, OneUp's sister site.
And we also have...
Janine, you might remember me from taking care of the OneUp community.
You certainly did that. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about B-list JRPGs, and we're going to hear from you guys and hear what you like, hear what you hate, and maybe figure out what's just happened to these games that seem to be disappearing left and right. But before we get started, let's go over this week's retro news. This week's retro news, that's actually officially today. By the time you listen to this, it'll be a few days old, but September 26, 1986 was the day Castlevania came out for the Famicom, actually Japan's version of the NES. But hey, if you're listening to this, you probably already knew that, right? So Jeremy wrote, craftily, stealthily wrote a feature that went up on Saturday, and I recommend you read that. It's called Castlevania Chronicles. We've been killing Dracula for 25 years, and it basically goes over the high points and low points of the Castlevania series. And I know there's already been a Retronauts Castlevania way back in 2007, which was, I think, episode 11. So I don't want to go too crazy about talking about Castlevania, but we should at least have a discussion to just at least, I don't know, the fact exists that it's 25, so I feel like we should mention it and maybe talk about it a little. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, if you want to hear me rant on and on about Simon's Quest.
I sense reluctance, but yes, please do. We have some Simon's Quest vitriol that's bubbling up from the surface here.
Oh, that was not a good game. That game made me very upset. That's all I remember about the game is it would go from day to night, night to day,
right,
really fast, and then the enemies at night were impossible, and it was a spooky, creepy game, and it was just bad.
Yes, and I think Jeremy discovered this long ago, or maybe it was somebody else, but I'm just going to give Jeremy credit for this, that a lot of people just assume that the villagers in the game were poorly translated, the dialogue that they spoke to you, but it was actually, they just straight up lied to you in Japanese as well. So the game is intentionally misleading, and it actually reminds me a lot of Zelda 2 in that, I don't know, it's just full of like clueless villagers who offer no help whatsoever, you know, and
Yep.
It's pretty difficult, and it's somewhat of a deviation from the first game. But hey, it's had better moments, right, Castlevania?
Yeah.
It's not just Simon's Quest.
No,
not that I'm saying that...
For some reason, that one, hey, we're on Retronauts, and that's
true.
the one that came flying out of my mouth.
It exists in the past, and it's guilty of being bad. But...
And the most popular Castlevania game?
Come on, Symphony of the Night.
Of course.
Which you have to like it by law, or else I will force you to leave.
Oh dear.
Do you like Castlevania, Janine? You're on the spot.
Well, I only played 15 minutes of it because I'm so bad I died.
Really?
Yes.
Which Castlevania? Because I'll say the first game is extremely hard.
No, Symphony of the Night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On the PlayStation, that's one of the only Castlevania games I played.
Okay.
You didn't play the new one?
Oh, you mean the one for the...
PlayStation 3 and 360 and all that.
They look ugly.
I didn't play that one either.
I actually did play that one.
I heard it was good, right?
It was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It was I can't remember what my issue was anymore. I only had a slight issue. Mostly it was just uninspired. Like it played a lot like Darksiders and games like that, where so it's kind of already been done before. But I think it it wasn't a bad game.
What about the one for the N64? Do you remember that one?
There was two for the N64.
Okay, the one with the guy with the short blonde hair and wore that fluffy vest.
Yeah, I think
Fluffy
actually
vest.
the
What
two
was that
games
one?
for the N64, one of them was just like the first game but made better.
Okay.
Actually, I really should know this, but I'm just going to assume that I'm right on this one. But Jeremy did actually write about the N64's, sorry, not Zelda, Castlevania, and he was much fairer to it than I would have thought.
I don't remember much. I just remember that. The
I
cover
think
art.
there were skeletons on motorcycles,
What?
and
Oh.
No, I missed that one.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of people did, and also the whipping in 3D, not that great.
Not so much. I played the first DS one.
Okay.
Portrait of Ruin.
I think the first one was, God, Dawn, Area of Sorrow. Okay, last Game Boy Advance one was Area of Sorrow. First DS one was Dawn of Sorrow.
Okay.
That's the one
Then
with Soma, right? The gray-haired.
Yeah, he
main
was
character?
in the last GBA one too. It was sort of a direct sequel.
Yeah, well, I didn't play that one then. I played Portrait of Ruin, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That was actually a really fun, entertaining game as well.
Yeah, I know that one sort of tried to mix the two schools of Castlevania, like the old school straight up platformer with the kind of RPG mechanic style. And from what I heard, it did a mostly good job.
It did. I didn't have any problems with it. I just found it entertaining. I'm not a huge Castlevania fan, but I've played enough of them to be like, yeah, this one's actually pretty fun.
I did not play Order of Ecclesia. Did you guys play that?
No.
Okay.
I didn't play that one.
I heard it was extremely difficult, and even I keep invoking the name of Jeremy as if he's some like lord watching over us all. But I mean, I trust what he has to say about Castlevania just because that's who he is. Like Metroid, Castlevania, Dragon Quest, stuff like that. Like he's made those franchises his own, at least at one up. And he was not a fan of Ecclesia. He thought it was too hard, and that's the reason why I'll never play it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right then.
Maybe if one day I turn against Jeremy and
The word
there's
of
a
the
coup at one up, and something happens to him, but
land.
until
That
then.
game
Yeah.
you don't like.
Castlevania not my specialty. JRPGs, there's my specialty.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. And if you guys think we didn't do a good job of discussing Castlevania, well, you know what? Go back in time 4 years and listen to episode 11 because not much has changed. That wasn't me being a smartass. I'm just like, what's going on in Castlevania world now? I mean, there was what's it called, Lords of Shadow? That the one you were talking about for Xbox PS3?
Yeah, I think that's one.
Okay.
It's actually I wouldn't buy it, but I would definitely rent it. If you haven't played it, at least rent it and see how
Yeah,
it feels. Because
like-
I would give it like a 7 or an 8. It's good.
And
It's not terrible.
And I think in the interim also there was that downloadable Harmony of Despair for XBLA and PS3. It was sort of like a multiplayer Castlevania game that borrowed a lot of assets from other Castlevania games like Symphony of the Night. Does this ring a bell for either of you? No.
I know of it, but I didn't actually play it.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to figure out what has happened since 2007, and it looks like Igarashi, the kind of Castlevania dude, is not really on Castlevania anymore. I think the last game he made that I've seen is called Lead Me's, which is a Kinect sort of motion game that is absolutely nothing.
I watched a coworker play that.
That was,
Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw a little bit of that too. Didn't Matt?
I watched Matt Leone dance around with his little lemming character figures, whatever. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I don't know if that guy is just sick of being on Castlevania. I know he takes it really seriously, but maybe he needs a little time outside of Castlevania.
Did he
can come
work on
back to it.
the latest one, the PS3 360 one? Did he work on that one?
As far as I know, he didn't. I'm sure someone will write in to correct me, but for some reason, Kojima's name was on that. Like,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's what I thought.
That's right.
He stepped in. It's like, I'll rubber stamp this instead of you. But I have a feeling Iga is way more hands-on than I'm sorry, not Konami. Kojima was. Hey, his name is similar to that of Konami. So yeah, like, Castlevania is 25. Happy birthday. Like I said, check out our feature on the site. It should still be up. If not, just click on the features button until you find it. And it's called Castlevania Chronicles. We've been killing Dracula for 25 years. So it's time to discuss this week's retro releases. And as is normal, there is only one release, and it's not that notable. But I'm sure somebody out there wants this game and will buy it. It's Twinbee. They just remade it for the 3DS as part of their 3D Classics collection. And it's available for $4.99. I think it just became available today, Monday, but it had been available for a few days by the time you listen to this. And in case you're wondering, Twinbee is a Konami shoot-'em-up from 1985, and we Americans got the second Twinbee game under the name of Stinger in 1987.
Interesting. Although there is, I think I saw this. There was a Twitter feed thing from Japan saying Chrono Trigger is coming out on PSN in Japan this week.
Oh, not in the
No,
US. That was
oh my
a
God, that
surprise.
was a big. People were so mad.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger in the same week. Woo! Not so much. Not so much.
But the thing is, though, I think we discussed this last week, but I mean, you guys weren't here, so it's cool. But those are the PS1 versions of the games,
True.
and that's no fun for anybody involved. And also, both games are available on the Wii.
Yeah, but
You don't play on the Wii anymore.
yeah.
I download stuff on Virtual Console.
No, you don't.
I do.
Don't lie.
I swear.
Don't lie.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't.
gonna download the
No.
Ignition Factor, and
Are you talking
I'm
about the one at home or at work?
Oh, at home. At my Wii at home. I don't have a Wii at work anymore. It went somewhere.
My Wii is so dusty at home.
Yeah.
I seriously, Nintendo, give me a reason to pick up and play it. Bring over Pandora's
Dance.
Colors. Yeah, not even. No.
It's not even I know that's the internet joke, but the fact that the Wii is white just like makes it, I don't know, a dust magnet, or makes the
does.
dust more noticeable. I mean, my PS3 gets dusty too. It's like, you know, I have to wipe it off, but I mean, with the Wii, it just looks like dust bunnies have raided that and
Yeah.
have little parties and are living there now.
It
So.
is.
But Twinbee, what do we have to say about Twinbee?
Nothing.
Nothing. We don't care. We don't care about Twinbee.
Nope.
President
Sorry.
Bush doesn't care about Twinbee. No. Like I said, it's hard to, you know, garner any enthusiasm for this, or muster up any enthusiasm for this, because this game sort of escaped we Americans, even though we got Stinger. Twinbee's more of a Japanese thing, aka it's called a cute 'em up. I believe Ray Barnhold might have coined that term, but
What's that mean?
instead of shoot 'em up, it's a cute 'em up.
It's cute.
You
Okay.
you play a cute thing and you shoot down cute things.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I have to say,
Kawaii, cute.
I vastly prefer Parodius for my cute 'em up fix.
Okay.
Nobody knows Parodius?
Nope.
No.
Oh my gosh, guys. You got to get on the Parodius train.
Parodius.
It's pulling away from the station.
it's yeah.
Parodius,
Thank you, Janine. That's about it.
Parodius is a Konami parody shooter that sort of makes fun of all of their franchises and kind of shooters in general. Arcade, Famicom, Super Famicom, and many other
Did
systems.
this
But
come out in like 1987?
No.
Yes.
These games.
Is this on Virtual Console or anything that I can actually play today?
I don't think so. I think you have to go the ROM route. But this series was pretty popular in the 90s. Not in
It
America.
was so popular, I'd never heard of it.
Hey,
I was watching Gem and the hologram.
That was the 80s. Thank you.
Well, end of the 80s.
she did not make an appearance in Parodius.
Oh,
But,
well, then I don't want to play.
I don't know. Like, hey, if you like shooting